What up, YouTube? We're the Konami code of Gamer Talk. Up, and always live. It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes Friday night. Just got live.
Happy FU Friday, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You're tuning into another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes. I'm your host, P-Dubs. With me, as always, Detroit Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and special guest tonight, Glenn from Glenn's Retro Show. Glenn, how are you, man?
F you guys.
Are you there? You look so small on the screen.
Yeah,
You're like, way down.
Well, you guys are so big on the internet. Of course I'm going to look small. You guys are the channel. You guys are the show.
I'm already insecure enough about my weight. And for you to sit down there and make me look like a gigantor doesn't really help, Glenn.
That was a great cartoon back in the day, Gigantor. You remember that?
I remember that.
I heard a rumor out there that Glenn takes special medicine to make the rest of his body look smaller so his penis looks bigger.
Oh.
What up?
It can't look much bigger, man. It'd be scary as shit, man.
Yeah, I do want to.
When you came on, I'm like, why is he so tiny down there?
He's doing it intentionally. I think he's got the camera. Anyways, guys, really quickly, I do want to apologize. Unfortunately, Nostalgia can't be with us tonight. He told us all to tell you that he went to the doctor and they looked at his butt and they found a crack in it. That's why he couldn't be here. But the truth of the matter is, Steven's getting some kind of wiener operation. So, anyways, when his wiener's better, he'll be back. That crack in the butt joke was so stupid. I wasn't going to say that. He's got a wiener operation.
Well, he really didn't like 3 years.
I know.
3 years of Michael B's dick jokes. So he figured he'd finally do something about it. So apparently they do wiener extensions now in Canada. And because these wieners are imported from the U.S., he does have to pay a 25% tariff. But you know, he said he'll also be 25% larger by the time it's all done. So,
yeah, I heard a rumor that he's actually getting an animal wiener transplanted. It's an alpaca wiener.
Don't get a gorilla. That's right, inch.
He's getting an alpaca.
Too funny. Okay, so tonight we got Glenn here. We're going to talk a bit. We'll kick off the show talking about Glenn's Kickstarter, the Build-a-Cade FU full-size unit, which was fully funded in 7 minutes and continues to grow over the last couple days. So
That's what she said.
Glenn is doing his what we like to call FU victory tour, his victory lap. And then Glenn, you're more than welcome to stay for the whole show. If not, if you want to, when we're ready to finally pivot.
I'll stay as long as I can. I have my 32nd groundhog I caught. I need to get him. I got to bring him to the local golf course.
Oh, you caught a groundhog?
Catch him all the time. All the time.
You're into some weird shit, man. Like, what else do you be doing?
You gotta eat, buddy. You gotta eat.
Hey, Glenn.
At these prices, I can't buy food.
Glenn only contacts me when he's in a tree. Like, literally, the only time I ever hear from Glenn, he's like, I'm up in a tree. I'm like, why does this always happen?
Yes. And then whether Glenn's here or not, we're going to talk about some new pinball games that came out. AtGames has released a lot of pinball lately. Basic Fun Wrestlefest Mike put down. And Mike, I forgot the rest. I did not get to take my nap today, so I'm not well rested. I'm not well rested.
Yeah, so we got a lot of other fun stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about Walkabout Mini Golf, Crystal Lair. You did a playthrough of it yesterday, P-Dub, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
And a big shout out to the 200 people who painfully watched that video. Thanks so much, guys, for your support. I appreciate it.
It's a great game, though.
It's always nice when you do a content on your channel that people are used to and that they expect, right? Like the last video I did was some video complaining about Arcade 1-Up and Basic Fun. Like the typical stuff I've covered for years on my channel. That video got like 6,000 views. I do a virtual golf, which my audience does not expect, and maybe they're just not into. 200 views, Mike. It was really...
Oh.
It died. It died a tragic death, that video.
Well,
But for those of you who watched it, thanks so much. I could have bought a ton of views and subs like some other people do, but we try to play it straight. So
yeah, Carl. That's a shot
Carl.
directly across the bow at you.
Hey, what do you want for $1?
Yeah, but like, you know, the thing is, have fun with your channel. Not everybody's going to watch everything you make, but at the same time, share your fucking channel. Man. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're going to say hi.
Really quickly, Glenn, a lot more people would watch if there was audio on your channel. I do want to just say that.
You know, go right for the jugular, too. When I tested it again, I'm talking. I'm like, it's great, blah, blah. I get 5 minute messages. I'm not looking. You're muted. I'm like, again?
Like, I literally called you and everything. Like, I called you to try to tell you.
I'm like, why does Michael call me? I'm live. I can't talk to him right now.
I do like this comment from Bill. He's lying. It's the same groundhog, Glenn. It's the same groundhog every single time.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me. I watched Caddyshack.
All right.
I used to catch these gardener snakes, and I used to take them down in the pond, and I swear they would come back. So I started taking them across the, on the other side of the street.
I play the same trick on my girlfriend with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, Glenn, garden snakes, not trouser snakes. Not trouser snakes. You got them mixed up there.
Sorry.
All right. Carl, you ready to... by the way, big shout out to Carl. That was a kick-ass Konami intro that you did. Like the Konami code. I really liked it. Every week he says something different, and it's really, really cool. All right. If you want your shout out, speak now, forever hold your peace, and then we're going to talk with Glenn about his product and just hang out with you guys on this beautiful Friday evening. End of the line is here. Patrick Murphy, Meatball Saucy, Steve Sale, or as I come to call him, Squeaks. Squeaks on VR Golf. Billy Woods Mods, Retro Lab Rat, MG's here. Ritual Dello, Dr. Torque, Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Jason Little Aliens moderating as well. We got Cyan Spirits, Retro Arcade Trooper, Chris Nooner, 8-Piece Box. We also have David H. JJ's in the chat. Ritual Dello is also moderating. Big shout out to our moderators. Sir Sega, Johnny Fritz is in the live chat. Don't forget about Dr. Torque and J-Rod. Who else we got? Ted Adam Green, The Be Me, Show Gecko, MG. If you stop deleting your YouTube account and recreating new YouTube accounts, you would secure your wrench for all time. But you keep doing it, bro. He deletes it, and he also deletes all his chats too, which I was making fun of him for the other day. All right, MG, you have your wrench now, so congratulations. Glenn Baisley's here. Glenn, you did a good job on the show tonight. Thanks so much for shilling the other Glenn's product. We are very proud of you. You would have a rock solid career as a home arcade shill. Mike, right? You got some experience doing that, right, Mike?
He's got a little bit more work to do.
I'm the first YouTube infomercial show.
There you go. T Slayer, Ray Rockwood. Let me pin your question for later. Vic Vicious is here. Bard, Danny Z, Israel Gaming, and I think we got almost everybody. Nope, a few more last minute ones. Deadly McMahon, Chris Nooner again. Meatball Saucy. There you go, right there. All right, so I think
love
I got
Meatball. I miss Meatball so much.
I had him
miss him
yesterday.
too.
Delicious.
All right, Glenn, what's it like to to be in the position you're in? I mean, first off, congratulations on your Kickstarter being funded.
Yes, congratulations.
And being funded within, less than 10 minutes. It's pretty incredible.
7 minutes.
Yeah. 7 minutes of heaven in the closet with Glenn is how long it takes to fund a Kickstarter. But what's the feeling right now? What's the mood like in your beautiful house right now?
The hindsight, like 2020, right? Like I'm sitting down, I'm all happy and joyful. But this has been a long road, and we've talked about this a lot of times beforehand. This is my end game. I've been making products for about 7 years now. All small parts, all different components. Nothing the whole kit and caboodle, other than the 1/6 scale that Michael took 3 hours to build. It takes 15 minutes for other people. The 1/6 scale Build-a-Cade. But this is something I always wanted to do. I had a vision of what I wanted in a machine. Now I don't have the wood skills to design a cabinet from top to bottom. Right? I can modify, like all of us. We can modify them. But I put a lot of work into this. And I'm gonna be honest, my team was like, we don't want to build the whole machine. We like building, the parts and this and that, and we're fine doing that. But I said, listen, when you look at companies like Apple, right? They make the whole thing, so you can really critique the experience from the tactile feel of the machine to the operating system to just the feel of the whole experience. And I had a vision for what I wanted that to be. And that's why I tried working with a lot of other companies. Some companies were really great to work with, and obviously others were not. Because again, who am I? Right? I'm just some guy on the internet, right? Has a small YouTube channel that is grayer than most people out there. But I convinced my team. I said, listen, let's give it a shot. Let's do it at a Kickstarter. We'll do it that way. We did it before with the Star Wars flight yoke. They didn't believe me on that one either. And that turned to be one of our best products, that flight yoke. And so we did the countdown on Bill's show yesterday, and 9 o'clock hit. And at first I'm freaking out because 9 o'clock came and went, and it wasn't live yet. And my team has in the past made boo-boos with time zones or time it's going to start. I'm like, oh, I'm like an idiot. And then at 9:01 it went live. I'm like, oh, okay, thank God it went live. But then it was 0, 0, 0. I'm like, okay, is anyone going to buy anything? Maybe no one really wants this thing. And then it jumped immediately to like 60,000, and then it jumped to 80,000, and they're like, oh my God. And then I really had no idea that it would jump to our goal in 7 minutes. Again, this is our second Kickstarter. We did our Star Wars one, and that we did for a month, and it took like 2.5 weeks to hit the $20,000 goal that we wanted for that. Now it did 52 in the end. We got a really good thing with it, but it didn't come very quick, and I was just shocked. And then more so with the people who reached out during it, in middle, and after, how excited they are for this thing. And I'm very excited for it too, because I've really been working very hard with my team, with the arcade team to make sure that the Viper Venom is ready and the arcade OS is ready. Working with Unico, because for the Michael B edition that he can't get yet, but the Michael D edition, which is the Unico screen. Working with Joe Sabo's Escape Pod, working with 99 of Arcade. So I'm working with all these people and others as well, because I want this to be a really good experience. I mean, some people have told me this is their first machine they're getting, right? It's just their first home arcade, and they're biting the bullet on this one. And I want this to be a good experience. I want them to be happy with the purchase. I want them to enjoy it and go, wow, this is what it's supposed to be about. So right now I'm kind of in that dazed phase, I guess. Like, it's surreal. The other Glenn, this is what it is. I was up till like all night on Wednesday into Thursday morning because I was still in shock over how well this thing went. And I just want to meet people's expectations, and I want to actually surpass their expectations. So I'm hoping I could do that once again with this.
Can I ask you a quick question? I noticed.
I'll give you a long answer, but go ahead.
I noticed Wagner's Tech Talk congratulated you. Do you know John? Have you known him for a while?
John, I've known John for a very long time. In fact, I knew John when he was he had a very tiny little channel. He used to reach out to me all the time, and he would give me all this advice. And he gives great advice even back then. But if you guys know me, I'm not a money guy. He's like, Glenn, if you do this, you can get more money. And I just don't think about that stuff. I think about the product, not the money, which is why my team hates me, because I'm like, you make it too much, get the price down. They get mad at me.
So,
But I've known him a very long time, and he's very knowledgeable and very good at writing out documentation and things like that. So yes, the long answer is yes.
did you guys meet while you were both working at the chocolate factory?
Unfortunately, no. I was in the oral area, and he was in the sit-down area, if you will.
I think you're the two shortest people I know on YouTube. Two of you.
I've told this story before. When I met Glenn in person in Cleveland, a couple of years ago, I had always thought Glenn was tall. I thought
he
Glenn
was 6'2". Yeah.
I thought he was just a very tall, lanky guy. I thought, 6'2", 6'3" ish. And then I met you in person, and I was like, Glenn, are you down there? Glenn, are you standing up? Are you sitting down?
Both Michael and P-Dubs, I didn't realize were so tall. I'm like, damn, P-Dubs, you're
And
tall.
we're only 5'11". Mike and me are the same height. We're
I'm
only
5'8", so it can't be. You got to be wearing stilettos.
Yeah,
I'm
he's 5'8". Are you wearing lifts?
No, I'm 5'8". My son says the same thing. I'm 5'8", damn it.
So we had a couple of quick questions here. One thing I wanted to point out real quick. So Brad asked about the marquee be a bit pixel, bit LCD. So to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, Glenn, the way this is going to work is you're partnering with Al Linky over at Pixel-Cade. We all know and love Al in this community.
Great guy.
He's going to be selling a separate bit pixel, bit LCD options made specifically for your machine.
Yes.
Customers will not, if you have an extra AtGames bit pixel, bit LCD, those won't fit. Correct.
They will not fit. They
won't
They're
fit.
too big. And Al said as well that they were custom made, both software-wise and hardware-wise, for the AtGames system. So he's very cautious about that. He's even cautious about the name, because they have their own name for their version.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to use that. And he's like, Glenn, can't you say that? That's theirs. Like, oh, sorry. To change it. So ours is a custom one. It's custom, brand new screen. Was custom made for us, and he's customized it. And again, the Build-a-Cade FU is already prepared for it. So basically, we'll just take 2 screws off the top, take off the one piece of wood, slide in the power and the control cables right there. Click, click, in, go in Viper OS, enable it. That's it.
And the other question, real quick, Ray Rockwood, he wants to know about the speakers. Are there speakers included? And
there are.
Wattage and all that stuff?
Yep. So one of the good things, iArcade was, I had a good relationship with Zhang and iArcade. And when they went belly up, and I ended up making the KVM switch, the iArcade KVM switch, we had to recreate their amp, right? So the Build-a-Cade FU will use a very similar amp, but only 50 watts, so 25 watts per channel. Like we all felt that the 100 watts may have been a little too over the top. So it's 50
come on, Glenn.
total.
Come on.
It is what it is.
You gotta be booming, man. You gotta be booming.
I'm gonna go deaf.
So, Glenn, I have to tell you, I am very impressed with your cabinet, how it sold. I think it could have sold 4 times as much with a better name. That's just my opinion.
It's a perfect name. I don't know how many times I can explain it. It's such a good name. It's a good name for a number of reasons. One, for all the things you keep telling me is bullshit when I call out the names, but it makes people think. It makes you what name? What? It gets people talking. And when you have a product that makes people talk, that gets them interested, they find out about it, and they come to say, Mike, F you, we like the name.
Yeah. All right.
Carl, I got 2 quick questions in the chat, but did you have anything for Glenn real quick?
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I when I first heard about this, I said the same thing as Mike. It's like, why is he calling this thing FU, right? But I get, and again, the product speaks for itself now, right? People they want it. They want it. Regardless.
And you know what it means now? It actually means funded unit. So the name fits.
It's now the Glenn funded unit. There you go, guys.
So let me share this. So this is when I met Glenn here. Is it
right here?
Yeah, there you go.
Carl's shorter than Glenn. Oh my god.
I'm 5'7". So
can we point out real quick how skinny you've gotten since then, and you were already losing weight at this time as well?
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
I mean, Carl had already
size now.
You lost a lot of weight before this photo.
Right,
And
it's
you've
weird
lost
because
even more since.
you don't even think you even had that much weight until it's gone. It's like, what the heck? You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good
Very
show.
cool.
That was a really, really good show.
Can you go in quickly? Can you go in quickly right there on Ryu here? I don't know if anybody else can see this, but right around the chest area. Can you zoom in there, Carl?
Oh, I think I can. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go down. Go down.
That's
What
she
is
said.
this right here? What is
Is it-
going on there?
Look at that. He's turned up. He's standing next to me.
Must have been
He's all
cold in there.
excited.
Where's his other hand? Okay.
Those aren't pillows. Those aren't pillows. That's too funny.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. I again, you know, this time of year, I am totally off grid for sure. I almost didn't make it tonight because we had a cornhole game that may have started about this time, but they were too slow.
Everybody
but yeah.
still gets along. Just some
Oh, yeah.
people are on the outside. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But
All right,
I'm
we got-
excited
No
for
one's
the
even
game,
on the
man.
outside, but
That's
people do
awesome.
put themselves on the outside. There's a difference.
100%, Glenn.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Glenn, before I ask this question, you know, as this Kickstarter was coming up and because it doesn't have licensed
Yeah,
artwork
Mike.
on it, it's going to
Right.
be a plain black cabinet.
Beautiful
Obviously-
black cabinet. So you're saying black's not beautiful? Black is gorgeous.
Yeah, black.
But-
once you go black, you never go back. Actually.
That's
it
right.
really, it really seemed, you know, this is something that I thought like a little bunch of diehard tinkerers would want, right? Like people who like adding games, adding artwork, adding accessories over time, whether they want to do it all at once or what's great about multicades like this, or what we like to call modular arcade systems, which is basically what you're making with the swappable control panels, kind of like the Polycade back there with the swappable panels.
Who uses my parts as well.
Yeah, and they're using like your parts in there as well. What's cool about modular arcade systems is you're not in a rush. As long as the company's in business, like you don't have to get the whole kit and caboodle right away. You can add over time as you see. What's the rush? You don't want to do all the tinkering in one day, right? Is what I'm trying to say. So, but either way, I was worried. I was like, will Glenn get 200? I remember Glenn, being honest with you, I talked with Mike. I was like, I'm wondering if Glenn will sell 200.
Right.
And dude, you're at 200 in 2 days. And that's pretty awesome in my opinion. That's above and beyond my own expectations.
And again, I was shocked too. Again, I kept saying it had to be 200 units because I'm thinking,
right.
Again, what I was thinking is my price of $9.99. You need 200 units to get the the $200,000. But I wasn't thinking about people going. Some people bought the twin pack.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people bought the 19 and 26. I'm like, you got to be. I'm like, wow. I put it there because people said it. I did. All right. If that's what they want to put it there. I think I got 10 of those sold. Something like that.
Yeah, there was nine when I did my video there a couple days ago. And like for me, I think it's an amazing idea. Like if it was available here, that's kind of what I was looking at getting, because you get it with the Glintendo hood. So you can do both things. You can buy the giant 26-inch multicade, which is like the ultimate multicade in my opinion. But then you also get the Glintendo hood and the 19-inch screen, which is perfect for making your Nintendo cabinet. So for me, I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
So we got a couple great questions here. And guys, if you have questions, ask them in the live chat. You don't need to super chat them. We're going to show them to you anyway. Let us know, because we brought Glenn on for you guys. Anyone who's on the fence, needs some more information about this product, ask away. Meatball's got a question. Can we get the dimensions of the cabinet in case they wanted to build a mount option?
Yep, that'll absolutely be released. It'll probably be released to the general public once it's fully, the Kickstarter is complete and we're set.
Okay.
Right now, the artwork dimensions are released to the artwork team to work on it. But yes, that will be released.
Okay. And do you know the resolution of what the LCD marquee that Al Linky is going to be working on for you that'll fit in your machine?
I absolutely do. Can't think off the top of my head. I'll post it in the FAQ area of the Kickstarter. Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head, but it's good. Right. It's great resolution.
Good. So I'm just scrolling through the chat to see what questions. Glenn, how does it feel to be #1 in full-size home arcade? Technically true.
Again, it's one of those things where I was panicking. I keep thinking Michael B says it's a dumb name. Oh, maybe this is a bad idea. I don't know.
It's a dumb name. It's dumb shape. Name. I was trying to sabotage this thing, Glenn.
He was. So you proved Michael B wrong, and for that alone, I feel friggin' awesome.
It's priceless.
But to be honest, People keep saying congratulations to me. And I want to try and make this clear again. They keep saying, Glenn, congratulations. It's not for me. Everything I do for you guys, do for the community. I want other companies to see what I do and see how well it does and make them kick themselves up a notch, right? That competition is what's going to make our home arcade great again. Steal a title there. I want to make home arcade great again, and I really feel that we started off kind of good. You know, we started like preschool machines. We kind of started there, and we've fallen off the map. And we shouldn't have. We should have constantly been building up, trying to get better and better. Now we can still have inexpensive options. There's nothing wrong with having different tiers. You know, you look with cars. You have your econo box. You can get your kids, and then of course you want your high-end car. We should have the same thing in home arcade, and there just wasn't anything there. Now, that's not to say people don't make great machines now. There are absolute companies that make great home arcade machines. But I want to take it up a level, saying I don't want just to build a great machine. I don't want to have all these bells and whistles that when you put it together, it just makes the experience even better. And that is why I'm kicking up the notch to make home arcades great again. I want other companies to challenge me. I'm totally fine with that. I mean, I'm not selling 100,000 of these, but hopefully I'm selling enough to where people see that and go, you know what? We got to do better. And do better for you.
What you're saying is it's more 50-50. Like it's 50% for the community, 50% for spite.
No. If you're putting it in that perspective, it's totally for spite.
Yeah,
it's 100% for spite. There's no question there. But the point is the spite part didn't have to be.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to work with these companies. Just you have to do everything I had, but the ideas I had would have worked, and this alone proves it. We got over $200,000 in 7 minutes, and in an hour and a half, it was over $300,000. That says something.
Yeah.
And the companies hopefully will see that and realize, you know what? We got to do better because people deserve better. This is what I want to get this one point across. You all three here and everyone, all 178 watching, you work hard for your money. You work really hard for your money. You have family. Or maybe not Michael B, but you work hard for your money. You have family.
Carl and I do. Mike.
Right. But the point is, you work hard for your money. So when you buy something, you should get not only, in my opinion, your money's worth, you should get more than your money's worth. It should be exceeding expectations. And you have a lot of these big companies making millions of dollars off of you guys and giving you products that just are not worth it. And I just don't feel that's right.
So Glenn, so for the people, because I'm sure there's one or two people here that haven't seen it, hadn't had a chance to read it. Do you have your elevator pitch for this product? In a nutshell, like I know you can do the 4-way to 8-way, rotating the screen. I mean, things sounds phenomenal. How do you pitch this to somebody in 30 seconds? Have you even thought about that?
Easily, and Michael will get right off the top of the head. It's a 4U unit. That's the pitch.
So does it come with a game or?
Well, of course, it comes with the phenomenal The Adventures of Robbie Roto. By Bally Midway.
Which is actually a good game. I like it.
It's a very good game.
Yeah.
But it does come with some other demo games on there. But again, I could show you again if you want really quick. I showed it in the other channel that the Arcade OS has a game downloader built in. So you can install games on a micro SD card. You can install games on a USB. If you already have a ROM set, you can put it right on there. But in the Arcade OS, we have a built-in game downloader. And when you launch that game downloader, you can pick literally what games you want. It downloads it, the artwork, and you're all set to go. So literally, if you wanted to, after setting it up and maybe an hour of downloading, you can have thousands and thousands of games to play.
Nice.
Thanks, 720, Eric.
So Glenn, even though like the Kickstarter is fully funded, there's still some sweet early bird offers still available. Do you want to talk about that? Yeah,
I was surprised at that. I really thought, honestly, I pretty much thought that the $9.99 and $1,200 for the super early bird specials were the first ones to go, and that's why I was thinking it had to be 200 units because that would have been pretty close to what was needed. I was really shocked when people were buying the other packs and everything else. I was like, which is great, but that means that some people who haven't seen this, maybe it's the first time they're seeing it now on your show because no one watches my show because my audio never works.
Well, no, they watch, but then they can't hear
special.
anything, so then they can't buy it. So
maybe I should put the closed caption on and just do it that way from now on.
So what I did like, Glenn, is that actually on the Kickstarter you confirmed what the freight shipping is going to be on this, because these things are going to be sent out pretty much assembled, correct?
No, there'll be the
No?
only thing that'll be assembled on it would be like the powered rotating screen mechanism. That'll be come in an assembled box, and
Right.
the control panels will be assembled. But the base and it's a Build-A-Cade. It's right in the name.
Oh,
So
okay.
you assemble it. So you've built all of you. I think all of you guys had an iArcade at one point or another, and
Yeah.
you've definitely had arcade one-ups.
Yep.
So it's a very similar thing.
What? Arcade. I'm not familiar with this brand.
I'm glad to hear you say that. In any case, you guys have definitely put machines together or furniture. So it's going to be very similar to those things. We'll have the base,
Yep.
and technically the top, as big as it is a bar top. So it has feet on it. So if you wanted to put it on a large table,
You
you
could.
could do that.
So
And of
taking a
course,
peek
it comes
here.
with a 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade on top of that. So we were thinking once we know everything is settled and good, maybe we'll send those out early and people could build, have the little machines build and playing before they get the big machine.
So
Now taking a peek here, we got 6 good questions in the chat, but before we do, just running through the Kickstarter so far, if you're wanting to get the 19-inch screen option, which is the best price, most cost-effective bundle, there's still 32 of these available, guys, for the $9.99 pledge plus the shipping charge. So just a heads up there. Which one's been the best seller? Let's take a look. The 26-inch screen, you got 53. And then didn't you say we had? Oh, here it is. This is the mega pack. This is the one with all the control panels.
Yes.
Take a look at 29 people have backed that. That's pretty impressive at that price tag. $1,800 plus the shipping for all the control panels and the arcade. Pretty good, Glenn. Pretty
Right. And that's what people, some
pretty
people are like,
good.
oh, I wasn't expecting that shipping price in there. But this is literally like you have a couch or a high quality piece of furniture. They're heavy. And when you buy the Nintendo hood, all the decks, they're going to come in their own boxes. And they have weight too. Again, this is high quality MDF, 15-inch MDF. In fact, I was talking to my team just the other day, and they've actually added more of the 15-inch and took away some of the 12-inch because they really want this thing to be solid. I want Mrs. and Mr. Kongs or us to stand in this thing and not have it break.
Go ahead.
Really quickly, just jumping in. I saw Cammie here a second ago, Glenn, and I'm
She's
going
the
to
best.
ask.
Love her.
I'm going to ask this question. There's a lot of people out there. I had comments on some of my videos saying, and I saw ones in your group as well saying, "Oh my God, I didn't realize this wasn't coming to Canada." Obviously, they don't watch me because all I do is complain about things not coming to Canada, so they would know. But Glenn, what are the long-term plans for international? Like, is Cammie going to be able to buy one? Are us noodleheads up here in Canada eventually going to be able to pick these up as well?
I like one of the and Michael. I know not to hide anything, but Michael, P-Dubs, Detroit. We talk all the time. I probably talk a little more to Michael B because he makes fun of my FU all the time. But he'll tell you that I was fighting very hard to keep it international. But just right now, with everything being so fluid, with the tariffs, because the USA has tariffs, other countries have tariffs. They also have import duties and all these other things. So for right now, I was just concerned about getting this funded. So we decided to just do it in the USA. So the fact that it's doing pretty well and it has a potential to do even better, that allows me to go back to my team and say, guys, look, and we have these other options. So the Glenn's long-winded answer again is my ultimate goal is yes, I want it to be available worldwide. I don't know when that's going to be, but I would rather have it sooner than later.
Did that answer your question, Mike?
I feel answered. I feel heard and listened to. I feel special.
There you go. Scotty B wants to know about the internal storage, because we do know you can plug in a USB with external storage. Speaking of which, what would you recommend for an external storage?
Right now,
can it do like a solid state drive? Like
I'm
external
actually,
SSD?
Just to share, this one I'm using right now, it's an M2 drive. If you can see that, I just put it in an enclosure. That's a 512. Okay, a little closer. We can do it again. Yep. So it's just an M2 drive. But you can use a micro SD card if you want, and you can use hard drives if you want. The biggest one I've tested so far is Bobby Vu. It was a 2.5 terabyte image. Now in the regular Viper, he had a lot of games on there that was probably a little too strong for the regular Viper, but they would run fine on the Venom. So once I get my Venom in, which I was hoping to have for actually tonight's show, but it hasn't arrived yet. Right. So I'm hoping by next week I'll have the Venom, and I can start showing off that RK3588 goodness.
And I like how you volunteered not to do your show next week and do the reveal of the new Venom here live on Super Game Room Dudes.
You never know. Maybe. Could happen. Could happen.
This is, there's no bad questions. There's only bad answers. Yep. Jim, the Pacers fan, wants to know, can you leave this thing powered on all the time, or should you be turning it off nightly?
If you can leave it on all the time. The Venom is an SBC. They're fine staying powered on all the time. They're low powered. It has a cooling fan. And then the monitors, there's no reason why you had to turn it off. You don't have to. Yep. And just so you know, it's been asked before, the warranty is a year. So it's
1 year warranty
on the machine.
1 year warranty, guys. That's pretty awesome. Does the cabinet build have casters? Compriser casters to build it? Does it have what kind of feet's on this thing? Can you put casters on it?
There's 2 casters on the back of the unit already. So we have 4 rubber feet of high sturdy rubber plastic. Very sturdy, Michael B. And then on the back of the cabinet are 2 casters, so you can tilt the machine and you can roll it.
Very sturdy plastic.
Very sturdy plastic.
John Fritz wants to know, is there a replacement topper and a link to it?
Topper? I sort of mean like the light-up marquee?
Maybe marquee. I don't think Al at Pixel-Cade has put that out yet.
Yeah, that's Al. It's actually on the Kickstarter, right in the first or second paragraph is a link right to his
website.
Yes.
Right, but not to the actual. But
for the product, for the FU product.
Oh, it is on there? All right, Let's see if we can find it. Detroit Love, what do you got for Glenn here?
Pixel-Cade FU, Michael.
I got a quick question. Biggie D's Arcade asks, and this is a good one because you sell another product called the Boomstick, which is what it should have been called. But the Target Pro are sending guns plug and play with your Build-A-Cade FU.
Absolutely. The Arcade OS has Sinden and GRS Sinden Target Pro built in, as well as other light guns. So it's not just ours. But yes, you can plug them in and work. It'll be recognized right away.
Well, Glenn, I mean, obviously, arcades in the home market's been around forever. You can search anytime and find all these different people that's making them in their basements or whatever, right? And the price is nowhere near the value that yours is offering. You know what I mean? You're going to be at $2,000-3,000 easily, and you're going to pay the same for shipping, right? Because these things are heavy as heck. So, you definitely are going to pay no matter what. I mean, it's just amazing that you can get this price to that. I mean, and again, you can mark these things up easily because the competitors are so far higher, right? They're so much higher.
I've said that to a lot of people. I've actually had one person constantly coming at me, and I know why he's doing it, but that's okay. To get what I'm offering is probably at least 2 or 3 times the price, like you're saying. Mm-hmm. But that's without rotating monitor. That's without the gate switchers or all the other features. So, again, when people say, Glenn, you're doing great. I'm not making a dime. I'm not in this to make money. People call me stupid. Everyone calls me stupid. Wagner calls me stupid. I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this for the community to try and raise us to a different level that I think that companies should be doing. I'm fighting for us when I do this type of thing.
My users
team as well. Huh?
The users.
The users. That's right. I'm Tron. And actually, I just hit 200 backers. So we hit the money goal, and we actually have 200 backers now. So,
nice.
My own team, again, I have to go back a lot, and I'm sure they hate me too because I really drive the cost down. They would they know they could sell this for a lot more money. They know they could, but that's not what I want my name on. I want, if it's one of my products, I want it to be the absolute highest quality stuff that's going to last, that's going to do what it says, and be affordable. Now, again, hopefully in time, the GRS brand will just branch to a point where we're selling a lot of product and you make it up in quantity versus just lower volume and a higher price. And I want people to basically when you go home right now, how many people have iPhones or Android phones? Everyone does. How many's got a TV? Everyone does. I almost want it to be at that level where everyone has one and can enjoy it, because I really do. I'm telling you, from my heart of hearts, believe that this is something that gets family together. That no one, some people play board games still. We try and play like Monopoly once in a while just to get together. But I just feel like this could be an entertainment thing, and do that without taking up a huge amount of. It's big, but not taking up like like a pinball machine. We can do a pinball version of it. That's just my dream. Again, this is my dream, and I'm just hoping other people agree with it. Really.
And Glenn, I mean, it's again the people when I first I had the Build-a-Cade for 2 years because I bought it and set it under my AtGames pinball machine here, and I kept saying I'm gonna build it. And when I finally got time,
took what 2 years? You said that's how long it took Michael to assemble his.
Yeah. So I was just amazed at how well this thing was and how well thought out it was, so that you didn't have to really think about. I mean, obviously, people like Mike, it's going to take a little longer because it's still technical, right? You still the cable's got to plug into the right place, and all those things there. But it's like you thought of everything. The product just well thought out. So I imagine this is the same thing, and what this offers that couldn't at that scale, and people don't think about, is the rotating screen and the 8-way to 4-way is huge when you want to have that authentic gameplay, right? When you walk up to a lot of these multi-Ks that you go and pay 3 times as much for, and Pac-Man doesn't play right because it's got the 8-way on there, so you can play all these other games, and it's frustrating to people who know and expect, right? When I'm playing Burger Time or whatever thing is, I'm expecting to go one way, and it doesn't do that. So at this price, for people to be able to play these games where they're designed to play, the freaking screen rotate if it's vertical or horizontal, and the controls are going to be accurate, man. That's just, I mean, you really can't put a price tag on it, and the price tag you chose just, it's mind blowing that you're willing to make this available to the community. And for those people who don't even truly understand, if they walked up to one, what they really have. It's just great that you're able to do that for the home community.
Well, I really appreciate that, and I have other ideas that still go in this ecosystem, because again, I'm trying to build from the controllers to the 1/6 scale on the small side, and then we have the FU on the large scale. I do have stuff planned in the Glenny sandwich, if you will, in between all of those. And the fact that this is doing well and has a potential still doing better gives me that much more voice with my team. Because again, I have all these things I throw out there that are still not made. Like we made prototypes that are still prototypes but haven't actually come to light. But when stuff like this happens and they see how well it did, they will say, okay, Glenn, what's our next one? And then I could say, this is what I want to do. And so this does help me with working with them to get other products I have envisioned to come out.
So, yeah, I saw someone earlier mention they were like, any chance of ever doing like maybe a $5.99, $500 version of the FU that's more of a 3/4 scale or something like that. So is that something you would talk about is in the middle of a Glenny sandwich? I actually see the Glenny sandwich a lot like 2 dudes, Eiffel Tower, and a chick, but I think your version is much better.
Well, what I can tell you guys,
just unnecessary, Mike.
Your volume's gone, Glenn.
And that's what I would do.
I think that was intentional. I thought it was an accident at first.
I see it was.
Speaking of which, Glenn, let's go over these prototypes that you just mentioned. What are these prototypes that you're working on?
Well, a couple I've talked about before, so I'm mentioning these. So one of them obviously is Paperboy, right? A Paperboy controller. Basically, it's just modifications to the already existing Star Wars yoke. That's one.
Okay.
I always wanted to play Battlezone and the right controllers. Not that a lot of games use 2 sticks, but I would like to have that come out. And 720, I think, was in here as well. But a 720 controller people have been asking for a long time. The final one was, we actually designed it 5 years ago, and it's never brought it out, which was kind of like the NFL Blitz controller. It's like that.
The optical drive. Yeah,
49 way.
49 way. that controller has been designed and it was actually made for a commercial product that kind of fell through. So those are those type of things. But also, I've also mentioned before, things that are definitely going to be coming out, like for the X Arcade, the Viper attachment for that, and a couple other things.
Now that's going to be available in Canada, right? Don't
Yes.
do this to me, you son of a bitch.
No, that should be.
Either you or Buy Stuff Arcades needs to make a new pedestal for the X Arcade VR control panel. Someone needs to make this damn thing for
the
me.
pedestal it comes with is fine. Like, it works great. And if somebody breaks into my house, I can bludgeon them to death with it.
Am I the only person that doesn't like this big ass heavy metal stand?
What's good about X Arcade is that they are still actively making items for it. So stay tuned from X Arcade.
Yeah.
They're a great partner to work with as well.
Oh yeah.
We've had a very good relationship with them, and in fact, the trackball, the joystick, the buttons on that machine right now, the encoder is coming from us. So happy about that, but they're not done. They're going to be making more things for it.
I love this. Like, I love my X Arcade. The only problem with it is I find the sticks, buttons, and trackball terrible. I just wanted you to know that, Glenn.
I noticed I saw you caressing the ball for like 3 hours the other day. You must really hate it.
Really good.
Glenn, we gotta say, man, we're very happy for you. Because what's really cool is I've known Glenn now for 5 years, and when I
That is?
start
It's been 5 years?
5, 6,
No,
well, actually, no,
it's been more
6
than that.
years. 6
7.
years.
7.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I wasn't actually on YouTube. But
We weren't friends then, maybe, but yeah, I knew you 7 years.
But either way, I've known you a long time, and to see you go from this guy who was running Facebook groups to
all the Facebook groups, by the way,
all the Facebook groups, to look where you are now, where you got your own arcade company, basically. I mean, that whether you love Glenn, whether you hate Glenn, you have to respect the hustle, man. And
well, the
good
thing
job.
is, for people who love me, I love them back. For people who hate me, I still love you. I don't know why you would hate me, but still give you love back.
I mean, it's good to see that happen. A lot of times, one common comment I see in our live chats and even on our videos that people say to us content creators essentially are show and tell reviewers. Like, we're just sharing information, right? Sharing information, sharing products. We're not, what we do isn't rocket science. What we do isn't that difficult. We're just, it's your personality that helps you succeed and get far. But what's interesting about this is the number one comment people say to me, Glenn, is, as well as to, I've seen it in everyone else's live chats, why don't you guys just get together and make your own arcade or make your own arcade company? Glenn is one of the few guys. There's a couple others, but Glenn is one of the few guys that actually is doing it, right? And you got to respect that, man. You got to respect that. So congrats again on the success of your Kickstarter, Glenn. And guys, if you're interested, it's pinned to the top of the live chat and all that kinds of stuff.
So is now the time that I announce my own arcade product I'm making. It's called the Build-a-Cade F Glenn.
Oh,
ladies only version, please.
Yeah. So I think it's cool. Because they're always like, why don't you guys just make your own machine? Glenn's doing it. Now
and
I'm going to have to.
It's not hard, and it's also not easy. Yeah. It's kind of like in the middle. There's a lot of different things you have to think about when designing it, and I'm only 26. I mean,
oh Jesus!
Look at me.
I thought you were going to be an honest company, Glenn. Woo. I thought you were going to be honest. The lies have already started.
26, all I am.
Well, Glenn, I think everybody in the community is really happy for you. We're glad to see you reach that mark. I had a pretty good feeling about it when I did my show Monday night. I talked about, if you look at the success of the iArcade Gold Edition, I said, you know what? They sold, we think it's like 186 units, right, P-dubs? So I said, Glenn can at least get to 200, if not a little bit more. So I'm glad to see that you've succeeded. You surpassed what your goal was, 7 minutes. Glenn wrote me and he's like, 7 minutes. And I was like, I know, that's the longest you've ever lasted. So anyways, but to see it continue to grow, again, I keep saying this and I 100% mean it. if you want to support Glenn, even if you don't plan on buying the product, we still got 58 days to go. Share his post everywhere. There's not a bunch of money here for marketing. So this is not like a mass marketing $1 million company with tons of overhead. This is word of mouth. This is a community product.
That's
so
true.
tell your friends about it. Put it on social media. Help Glenn out.
Yeah.
And that's really it. Again, you don't have to buy the unit, and I really do appreciate. I have seen a lot of people posting in other areas. That's all I can ask for. This is a word of mouth type of thing, and I really appreciate everyone that does. And if you don't, I still appreciate you either way. But I do thank you for it.
And Glenn, real quick, now what's going to be the price of it once this Kickstarter is done? So people who don't take advantage, they still have a lot of time to do so. But
Well, from my perspective, I want to try and keep it in the same price range. I don't want it to go up very much. The whole point of the unit is to keep it there. So yes, we're doing a Kickstarter right now for it, but the thing is, it may not be available. It really depends on how well it does now, and we determine the market wants more. So if you really want one, this is the time to get it, because this could be a collector's item. You know, it
One
could
and
turn
done.
into one of those type of things. Yes, but just because it's a collector's item doesn't mean we still won't make things for it, and that's the whole point. The community people make us things for it. But if it does go on past it, I want to try and keep it as close to what I can right now, because that's the whole point of the FU family unit, Michael. Family unit.
I think it actually stands for
Funded
fuck
unit.
you, Arcade One Up, but I'll stick to
Then
that.
it would have been FUA1 up. It would have been something like that. It's just FU.
Well, Glenn, we need to do our traditional stuff and
Yes.
run through this week's headlines in arcade and gaming news. You're more than welcome to stay and chip in on those conversations, or if you wanted to head out.
I do appreciate it. Normally I
It's up
would,
to you.
but I have a groundhog. It's been 2 days in the rain.
Oh, that's right. The
In a cage.
groundhog.
I got to take him out. Yeah, I got to do it
Yeah.
at night. Got to be stealthy with the groundhog. But listen, I thank Detroit Love, Michael, Two Pins, and UP Dubs. I've known you guys for a real long time.
Yeah.
You guys know me, and when I say it, I mean it. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you guys out there tonight. And
Wait. Apparently, we didn't actually answer it. How
Oh.
much is built into the Venom board? The internal
that
storage?
I will answer hopefully in a week. I'll give you all the information on the Venom when that arrives. We'll do kind of like an unboxing. We'll go all into all the cool features on it.
Thanks for the reminder, Scott. Sorry, I distracted him. All right, Glenn, thanks so much, and congrats again. Guys, go buy Glenn's shit. We're going to talk about the arcade news.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Take it
Peace.
easy, buddy. All righty, good to see Glenn.
Should we have hit the endorse tab? Like, I don't know how YouTube works anymore. Like, we had a person on the show from a company. I don't understand how this works anymore. Should we have hit the endorse tab? Like,
Did I receive anything
No.
for him being here?
technically, there was some value to our show. Like, it's all so confusing to me now.
I really don't care. I didn't get anything for him being on here, and it wasn't like I was giving out advanced information. It's information that's today.
Yeah,
So
it's
I don't
a
care.
weird one, right?
Community psychos could go take a nap. I don't give a shit. All right, let's move on to stuff. All right, Mike, it's your show because I didn't get my nap in, and I'm exhausted. All right, take it away. You want to talk AtGames or Basic Fun or whatever you want to talk about? Go ahead, man.
Let's talk about Basic Fun first, because that's an easy one. So, Basic Fun, WrestleFest pre-orders went up this week. I don't know if you saw it or not. WrestleFest Basic Fun pre-orders went up. If you watch my video, the video starts at what time, P-Dubs? 5:32?
Oh, Jesus Christ. This was tough. This was tough. I mean, how many of you guys watched Mike's video about the Basic Fun WrestleFest thing? And it was like a 13-minute video. And I was like, really? 13 minutes? And I'm watching it.
Oh,
Mike,
it wasn't
and
13 minutes. No.
I just want you guys to know that I did suffer through the first 5 minutes and 56 seconds to find out when the content was actually going to be
Well,
discussed.
that's very
And
egotistical of you.
because of my sacrifice and comment in Michael's video in the comments section, I saved you guys some time. And what's funny too is people are like, "Oh, you're hurting Mike when you do that." Actually, you know what it does? If people know that the content, let's talk about YouTube real quick, guys. If you click on a video and the topic of the video is the Milwaukee Bucks trade for X superstar. You wanted that information. Now, if you start watching a YouTube video and 30 seconds go by, a minute goes by, a minute 30 goes by, and you still don't have the information you came for, you click away. But if you know exactly where in the video the information is you're looking for, at 5 minutes and 56 seconds, it actually improved the watch time of Mike's video. More people watched 5:56 to the end of the video than they did from 1 minute to 5:56. I guarantee it, Mike, when you pull up your analytics. So I helped my friend Michael B. Isn't that right, Mike?
Well, I think it's rude of you to assume that everybody knows the background of this stuff. I'm a true artist, P-Dubs. I like to tell a story, give people all the information.
They just want the information, Mike. They don't.
No,
they don't care about. They don't care about what happened in.
I'm an artist. I'm sorry, you're not.
I'm an artist. I tell a story.
Anyways, the funny thing was, this went up on Amazon.ca. It's actually taken down now. I can't get it back up, even with the direct link. But this week, accidental link went up for Basic Fun Arcade Classics WrestleFest. But it's not the new arcades we're excited for, the Supreme or Ultra. It's actually their original junky little handheld arcades. That's actually what it went up. I've got a picture here, which I'll pull up for you guys to see it. It's actually on the thumbnail as well. So let me just go to my downloads and get that.
Oh, yeah. I honestly forgot what we were talking about. We're talking about WrestleFest. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
All right. What are we talking? So, Mike, you tried to pull a prank on the community.
No, I did not try to pull a prank.
To get them to watch a video.
I put it in the title. It's not what you think. So if anybody says you bamboozled me, I gave fair warning.
All right.
So here it is, the little handheld arcade. But yeah, that's it. So $30 Canadian. Looks like it's going to be $25 US. We didn't get much more than that, but it confirms all the wrestlers in it. Legion of Doom, Jake the Snake, Sergeant Slaughter, Boss Man. They're all going to be in the game. Now, a lot of people wrote me and they said, these don't usually have the arcade ROM on there, so it'll be interesting what they do. But I mean, honestly, for $30, I'll pick up the handheld version of WrestleFest just to fuck around with. I'm not going to lie.
I always suck at these wrestling games.
Yeah.
This one's easy.
I don't have any interest in this one.
But I did play UFC 5, I believe, on PlayStation.
Well, then again, maybe I don't. Basic Fun, I own one of theirs. I bought the Mortal Kombat one.
Oh, that's the worst one. That
5-6 years ago. And after it was so bad of a product that I was like, I'll never buy any of these ever again, and I never did. Now, keep in mind too, I wasn't a fan of the My Arcade, but the My Arcade pole position that everyone told me to buy was out for a few months, and I finally bought it, and it was awesome for what it was, right? The My Arcade pole position. Will I still buy more My Arcade products? Probably not. But yeah, this thing right here, like, I mean, the quality of their handhelds. I mean, it's a cool game, but the quality of their handhelds isn't that great, in my opinion. It's not like the quality you get with Numbskull or New Wave Toys, right? But you have to pay a much bigger price tag. So I'm just waiting to see what this actual arcade machine is going to be when it comes out. Their WrestleFest Arcade.
Yeah.
But the toys, yeah.
It's not for everybody. I know my buddy Conti, he ordered one. This is where this came from in the first place. So I'll stop sharing that. But yeah, just interesting. So it confirms they do have the license. Like we know it's not coming. We know it's coming out. We know what the characters are going to be. They got everybody. So a little bit of tangible evidence about what's to come in the future.
Hey guys, I got a quick question for you. Have you guys played the UFC 5 on your PlayStation? I know you guys both have PlayStation.
No.
Now I didn't realize you can download the games and they let you play for X amount of hours on PlayStation. Have you guys known that?
Are you talking about the PlayStation Network or the PlayStation Plus subscription?
I don't know. My neighbors, he had football because we were playing, and it was like he ran out of time because he doesn't own the game. So I don't know if that's the network or not, but he had the UFC 5, which we played, and that was a lot of fun, man.
It sounds like fun.
It was pretty bloody though. I don't know if you guys ever watch UFC, but yeah, that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna definitely look for that game, and I don't know. Again, I don't know if you can download it because he's part of a network or not, because I'm not that familiar. I never pay for any of those monthly subscriptions for gaming.
Yeah, well, What about on the Switch with the golf? You pay for your Nintendo membership to
Nope.
play online?
Nope, I don't. Nope, I don't. When you and I played, you had the membership.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just never going to be dedicated enough to be online to justify paying that. I'm still paying for Microsoft. My daughter, she plays periodically. Somehow it's on my credit card, and I pay whatever it is, $17 a month for Microsoft.
Meatball Saucy, I like you better when you're rip loaded and playing mini golf. I don't like this version of you. I just want happiness, happy laughs, not this anger.
So much anger, so much
I know.
anger. All right. All right, so there you go. So that's
next?
what's going on.
AtGames?
What else? It's Mike's show. What's next, Mike?
Well, it's not my show. Jesus Christ. God, that'd be terrible. AtGames, where they had their network outage, nothing was really happening. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom. It was like when you take a suppository, everything just came out. So
And they crapped out 5 pinball games.
Oh my God. So much stuff from AtGames this week. So we finally got Future World Deluxe. I haven't had a chance to play that yet. We got 2 soccer games, which is a very weird choice. So of course,
why is that a weird choice?
Because it's back-to-back soccer. That's a lot of soccer. 2 days in a row.
Yeah,
Soccer.
but now they're done. Like every soccer game is out now. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, soccer themed pinball games are super fun in my opinion. World Cup Soccer, one of the best.
World Cup Soccer is incredible. Yeah,
one of the best pinball games of all time. And this Zen original soccer game, which has guys, that's all the Zen employees on the playfield and stuff. That was a game they had released on I think FX2 or something. And then it went in the vault, and then they re-released it on Pinball FX, I think, last year. And I remember I played it last year live online, and it was so much fun playing it on PC. I'll tell you what, I picked that one up for the AtGames 4K, and I gave it a couple of runs, and it plays really, really well on the AtGames, on the 4K. That particular silly soccer game. Which it's set up very interesting, where you're trying to not let the clock run out, right? And to try and score and stuff. It's got a very interesting premise. But either way, I'm all for soccer themed pinball games. I don't know why, but soccer and pinball seem to go together. And I really enjoyed my private test run of this game. Let me guess, Mike, you hated it?
I didn't like this one. There were certain things I like when I finally scored a goal and then all of a sudden you get into multi-ball and things keep blowing up. I was like, this is fucking awesome. And, the halftime multi-ball.
Yes.
It's just I'm not a big campaign table guy, and that's kind of the way I felt about this. But I did have more fun with it last night than I previously had on Pinball FX, so it's something I'll go back to. But I want to tell you about the real star of the show, and this really surprised me because I've been really down on these Zachariah Deluxe tables, like really hating the bounciness and how some of them play lately. But my God, did I have fun with Soccer Kings. This game is actually a ton of fun. Really good layout, really good combo system. Like, man, I had a bunch of fun playing Soccer Kings. Great music, great call-outs. Love what's going on with the DMD. If you haven't tried Soccer Kings, surprisingly a very fun game.
Yeah, I didn't try this one yet, but I was hoping to try it this weekend. I did buy it. I just didn't install it and play it yet because I was having too much fun playing the Zen one. And if it sucks, I could turn it off and just go play World Cup Soccer, right? Because
that's true.
World Cup Soccer is such a good game.
It's funny because right before I went up to play this last night, I was telling my wife, I was like, I got to play 2 soccer games. And she was like, are there good soccer pinball games? And I said, honey, let me tell you, there's one called World Cup Soccer from 1994, which is one of the best pinball games of all time. Incredible.
Yep. What about you, Carl? Do you like soccer-themed pinball? Like when you go to like the pinball bars and stuff or not?
Yeah, I had never played it until recently. Because I have it on my VPX machine, the World Cup, but I never really played it much. But I've been playing it on VR, and I like it. It is a really fun game. And I think initially, because I saw you guys are scoring, I'm like, I'm going to try and beat somebody's score. And so they got me playing it. And I I really enjoy it. Like I said, I have a real, we talked about this prior to the show. I really love the virtual pinballs that are based off of actual tables.
Yeah.
They just play different than these ones that are made specifically for, the computer world, right? And I just can't get over that. We talked about the Tomb Raider. I just was underwhelmed. I was just underwhelmed. I had my expectations built up. Like I told you, I said I've been looking to go to Laura Croft's house for a long time.
You wanted to raise her too?
I get there, and I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected. But I will give it some more play this week here to see if I was just cranky in a cranky mood. But my initial thought of Tomb Raider was like, and I feel that same way. Like Mike was talking about the bounciness of it. You get that more in those games that's made that aren't real tables.
Video game pinball games.
They're made right. They're gamified. They're gamified pinball, and it's just a part of me. It just rejects it. I just reject it. And so I got to try and give it. I stepped away from it. Let me just step away from it, and I'm gonna go back this week and get some more gameplay in. But all of those ones that's gamified it just bugs me. And the music, it just in the call outs, it doesn't feel the same to me. But World what's it called? World
Cup Soccer 94.
World Cup. That is an extremely fun game. I get a kick out of it, literally trying to get that ball through the net. But I think they just did a very good job with that. And I think some of these gamified games, I would rather them trying to emulate some of those things that really work with some of these games instead of just inventing something so new that it just doesn't have the same appeal to me.
Well, really quickly, Chris Zeke, I would suggest check out NBA Fast Break. That pin, that was one of those, really affordable pins back in the early 2010s, which is actually a really good game as well. It's got some cool backglass features. If you don't like sports pins, give that one a try. And of course, World Cup Soccer.
Yeah. All right, so taking a look here. Now, here's where the live chat might get a little hot here tonight, guys. Tell us in the live chat. Tell us honestly. This is a safe place. What'd you guys think of Battletoads and Killer Instinct now being added to Sea of Thieves? What'd you guys think of these games coming out? And Carl, did you pick these up for the HD because you have the HD pinball because these are available there or not?
No.
Mike, what are your thoughts on both Killer Instinct and Battletoads?
Well, first off, finally, right? Like, fuck's sakes, it's only 6 months.
Yeah, it's like the Kickstarter came to fruition.
Yeah, so 6 months, we finally get these games. I will tell you that my daughter came in while I was playing Battletoads, took one look at the character designs from the Battletoads, and she hasn't slept since. It's nightmare fuel. Like, the smiles and everything. The 3D models for the Battletoads aren't great, and a lot of people have accurately, oh my god.
What is going on here? What is this madness, Michael B?
Ads. This son of a bitch keeps putting ads in his videos. Anyways, the 3D models aren't great on the Battletoads, but what I will say is at first I didn't like Battletoads much, but the more I played it, the more I really enjoyed it. It's got a very cheap but fun combo system for the ramps where you can rack up a lot of points pretty easily. I like how the ramps are different colors. A lot of people mentioned in the chat that it reminded them of the old Guns N' Roses pin from back in the day. I think that's Did East, Guns N' Roses. So they have the G and the R, which are the actual ramps. I thought it was fun. I didn't love the music, but there's one where you get the Boss Walker stage where you get this metal version of the original music, which kind of made me happy. I like this one. And then moving on to Killer Instinct. Just 1 second. I got to find in the video where we are. So moving on to Killer Instinct, I will say Killer Instinct, give them a very high mark on theme integration. I mean, they've got all the classic, they've got the Killer Instinct theme there. They've got great music. They use AI to recreate some of the images. Jago looks horrible, not just the 3D rendered versions of Jago, but Orchid's looking pretty thick. I like Orchid. I didn't like this game as much. Like there's some slingshots down below where this game is kind of like Champions Pub. The whole idea is you've got to fight these two characters up top. Like you're either going to be Jago or Miss Wu. And like you basically have to do these combos and stuff like that, combo breakers, to score points and take down the other person's health. But if your ball gets stuck down here with these slingshots, and you know about the Magic Pixel physics, I mean, you just watch this fucking ball bounce around here for 10 minutes between the slingshots where you can't do anything, and you're like, come on, ball, come back to me. I gotta try to make combos and take them down. Unfortunately, I still had fun because of the theme integration, but I didn't think this was the strongest game. Like the physics, the shitty physics with the bounciness and all these slingshots down here really took me out of the game for a long time. Just look at it bounce around there, man. Like there's nothing you can do about that. Literally nothing.
Okay. Are you going to get in trouble for saying any of that?
Stop being stupid.
I'm just horsing around. So I put a poll up on my channel under the community post section. I just put a quick poll up. Now that all 3 rare games are out, I asked my audience, what do you think of these games and which game is the best? And guess what I picked, right? So Sea of Thieves is the best. Battletoads is the best. Killer Instinct. This entire pack sucks. Now we got 270 votes. This has only been up for a day or two. 50% of people said the entire pack sucks, Mike. All 3 games. 15% said Killer Instinct is the best. Battletoads is the best. 23% Sea of Thieves is the best.
Go ahead.
I can't hear myself. All I hear is clicking. So, if you guys remember when this pack came out and it was like, hey, buy Sea of Thieves and we'll send the other games whenever we get them done. I didn't buy the pack, so I had never played Sea of Thieves before. Until this week, until I bought the pack because all 3 games came out and I tried all 3 games. I can tell you that, in my opinion, guys, let me know. I mean, I think only 12% of you would agree with me, but I think Sea of Thieves is the best game out of all 3.
I like Sea of Thieves a lot. I agree with that.
Sea of Thieves, in my opinion, has a fantastic table layout. The physics actually feel like they fit the table. You know, we're talking Magic Pixel physics, right? Where the ball's more like a rubber bouncy ball versus like Zen, where the ball's like heavy. You know what I mean? Heavy.
It's like a fucking ping pong ball is what it's like.
But also, the game Sea of Thieves is way deeper than what they put together for Battletoads and Killer Instinct. There is so much you can do and unlock and things to achieve. They really put maximum effort into the design of Sea of Thieves, in my opinion. And on top of that, having the sharks and all that stuff swimming around the table, and those look really good. I was surprised I guess there's like a pirate skeleton thing in the back corner. You guys remember in the renders, it looked like ass, but actually it looks really good when you're staring down at it in person at the table. And then also, my only complaint is they still haven't added the splash for when the tentacles come out of the water and they're floating on the table. And when they go back in or die, they should have a splash. Like there should be a splash, because they've added that splash in other water-themed Zakaria games. They know how to do it. Like some of the games that just came out, like the Polar and the other games where like there's a big whale comes out of the water and there's actually a splash. Like, it's all about immersion. But just my opinion, guys, I think Sea of Thieves is the best. I think Killer Instinct and Battletoads are dog shit pinball games. They are crap, in my opinion. And I hate to knock on other people's hard work. I know that they spent a lot of time working on this, but I feel that they did not do those 2 games justice. And it's funny, too, because all the pressure was on those 2 titles. I think less pressure to make a great Sea of Thieves game. I think they had a lot more pressure to make a good Battletoads and Killer Instinct game. Less pressure for Sea of Thieves. And yet Sea of Thieves is where they completely excelled, in my opinion. So that's just my opinion. take it for what it is. You don't have to agree with me. That's all the internet is just opinions.
Well, I don't get where you have a problem because I like boobies on the back glass and definitely like ass on the playfield.
Yeah.
So I would like
that AI version of Orchid is thick, man. I don't know what your problem is. Like,
I got a question for Michael B. So Michael B, I hadn't purchased a table on this AtGames forever. Of these new tables, do you think I would like one of these?
Soccer Kings. Soccer Kings is by far the best Magic
And
Pixel Zachariah table I've played in a while.
Now, is that a particular pack? Because I'm looking on the table and I'm
one game. I don't know how much it is on the HD. Yeah. It's $8 on the 4K. I think it's cheaper.
So it's a Zachariah table.
Yep, Zachariah Deluxe Soccer Kings. Really good ass. Really quickly for our buddy Goofyfoot here. He was talking about Guns N' Roses. We talked about a Guns N' Roses pin earlier, and he was like, man, that's made by Jersey Jack. I wouldn't drive 6 hours for that. Don't you worry, Goofy. I got you. They made a Data East Guns N' Roses back in 1994, so you can drive 6 hours to go pick this one up. You are good to go, my man. Data East forever, Goofy.
There's a lot of good Data East games I really enjoy that came out back in the day, back when they made pinball. So they had a lot of good licenses, a lot of good games. But yeah, if it wasn't for Sea of Thieves being so enjoyable, just in my experience this week, I would have thought that the entire pack sucked. But I really, really like Sea of Thieves. I do. Just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me.
I really like Battletoads too, but what really topped that off was last game I played of Battletoads. I put up like 150 million and just came this close to making the top 10. So maybe I got a favoritism bias there. And I do really like the rock version of that. Great music. The theme integration on Killer Instinct is great though. Like having the Killer Instinct theme, having the call outs, all that stuff. Awesome. Game is a little dog shitty.
But I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Biggie D or somebody else. Somebody made a joke back when they first gave us a reveal of the Killer Instinct AtGames playfield. And I think it was Biggie D who said to me, or said in a Discord, the top of the playfield where the characters are fighting, they look like Rock'em Sock'em robots. You remember that? I don't know who said that, who came up with that first. But now I can't unsee it. You know what I mean? Now I can't unsee it because when you go up the ramps, you do the combos, and the table lights up. It says like kick or punch, and then you'll see the character punch or kick. I don't know. It would have been maybe if they did it cooler, like if they did a 5-hit combo, like they actually hit the guy 5 hits, like an ultra combo. Like if they actually on the table, you know what I mean? Like, don't they just hit him? They hit him like once or twice, maybe, like the little kicks and stuff. Like
I don't know. The choice of characters is really fucking weird too. Yeah. Jago, 100% agree. But why don't you do something more Saberwolf, like Cinda, Spinal or Fulgore? Like, there's so many other options they could have done. Like the second character is just horrible. Whoever picked that's not in tune with the game. Now, I do want to move on. That's enough about AtGames. I want to move on to console chatter here now because we've all been waiting for new stuff coming to the Switch 2. A lot of us bought that GameCube controller. We're excited about more GameCube games.
Yes,
we got
absolutely.
Our second game announced this week. We're getting Super Mario Strikers. This is the good Mario soccer game.
Okay, so when is this coming out? Is it out?
July 2nd, I do believe. It comes out.
And we can play this online on
We
Nintendo
can play this
Switch.
online, baby.
Oh, we need to do a live stream and play this game. How many players can we get on this thing? Can we get?
I think 4.
Can we do 4?
Yeah, I think 4.
Any of you guys want to join me and Mike on a live stream playing the soccer game? Carl, you want to play some soccer with us, man? Oh, that's right. You don't have the Nintendo Switch 2.
Is it only on Switch 2?
Yeah, this will be on the Switch 2 on the GameCube. Free GameCube games that you could play. But yeah, this will be super fun, guys. Yeah, I'm excited to play this.
Like I was hoping for, Luigi's Mansion, some of those other games, but I'll take this 100%.
Yeah. We need a Mario soccer themed pinball table. Jim Harper's cracking up in the live chat. MG says it's not soccer, it's football.
Oh, the English. The English are the worst.
I think that's a good addition, but then again, there's certain games I'm waiting for. for GameCube. So we'll see. We'll see if Nintendo will put some of those big titles on there, or if they're going to stick with more first-party stuff. We'll see.
All right, so we're doing rapid fire here now because I am tired.
Yeah. Let's get through the rest of the headlines here. For
Rapid fire. All right, so here we go. I'm trying to find the actual playthrough here. Some jerk did this playthrough. I don't know, horrible. I really should actually use somebody else other than yours.
Why?
Just for funsies.
Oh, you should have muted the audio because now we can hear it.
That was me.
What? That was Carol.
Yeah, you got to fast forward. That's just me looking around.
Okay, so here is Crystal Lair. Dubs, you played it. What do you think of it so far?
Oh man, I would not even put it in my top 10 favorite courses to play. Like it is
Rough?
It's not that like exciting. Like all the holes are these like odd triangle shapes, and all the holes have the same crystals on the playfield. And if the ball gets near it, it'll suck in the ball like a magnet. And then once the ball touches the glass, it shoots out. So like there's some chaos involved, and your ball could end up anywhere if you actually hit a crystal. But honestly, like the course isn't that pretty, and the holes aren't that exciting. Like I wouldn't even put it in my top 10 favorite holes. It's nice that they Walkabout Golf released a new course, which is what I said in the video. But like I didn't feel like it's always fun to play something new. But I didn't feel like, oh my God, this $4 was worth it. Thank God these things are only like $3-4. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
The way I feel about it, whenever we go to play Walkabout Mini Golf and we're picking courses and stuff like that, and every now and then, for some reason, Cornercade's there, and he always suggests the stupidest shit. Like, oh, let's play. Remember when all he wanted to do was play 8-bit Lair forever? So one of the things I don't like about Walkabout Mini Golf, I'm not in love with playing like the odd shit, like Laser Lair and stuff like that. I prefer the experience. I want to go to a unique course that looks good and stuff like that. But at its core, it's still mini golf. It doesn't have this.
This is my hole. Right? This is my hole in one shot right here, Mike.
All right,
watch this, guys. Watch this hole in one. Now on hole number 8, you do want to ricochet off of the thing, and you'll get an instant hole in one. Check this out. P-Dub steps up to the plate, and here we go. He lines up the putt. Feels the wind on his thighs. I was wearing jorts in the air conditioner.
Why is there wind on your thighs? Like what?
Because I was wearing jorts, Mike. Look at that hole in one, baby! What a shot! What a shot! Good stuff, man. What a shot.
So, like it's just I prefer when the mini golf is mini golf, not this extra stuff. So I don't think this would be for me with these weird crystals.
You know what it is? This is the course you play when you are completely like bored, like you've played all the other courses so much and you need to take a break, right? Like this is the course you play. You know what I mean? So I didn't think it was.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. Like I'll wait for the next kind of like Raptor Clips or Elvis. I like that kind of shit. Like the theme stuff where it's just really good golf courses incorporating a theme without weird extra stuff in there.
It's the course you play when you're like, oh my God, I'm tired of playing Mount Olympus. You know what I mean? Like,
well, how could you ever get tired of playing Mount Olympus? That course is great.
That's like one of my favorite.
I love Mount Olympus.
Yeah.
And Venice, surprisingly. I really like Venice too. But you know what I love? Even though it's a free one, Cherry Blossoms. Cherry Blossoms is so pretty, just so comfortable.
So I have both a Quest 3 and a Quest 2, Jim Harper. Both of them paid for out of my own pocket, despite what troll channels lie and invent. Now, what's interesting is the Quest 2 made me dizzy a lot, especially because I wear glasses. And I'm one of those people, like, when I go to a theme park, I typically bring some Dramamine with me, and I take that before I start riding all the roller coasters just to help with the motion sickness, right? So I get motion sickness pretty easily. Quest 2, I would get motion sickness all the time. Now, the Quest 3 has, what are these called, Mike? Pancake lenses?
Yeah, pancake lenses.
And because the lenses are different, I can play with my glasses off, just the headset on, and I've never gotten motion sickness playing on a Quest 3. The only time I did is when we were playing Walkabout Golf, and you can turn your movement speed up to like 500% or something ridiculous. And I turned it on, and because the screen went by so quick, I got dizzy doing it that way. But minus that, I've never really gotten like just dizzy just from regular playing. So in my opinion, the Quest 3 is better, especially if you get motion sickness. It's a good way to enjoy it without experiencing that. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with what Jason's saying there. Like, I had problems with vertigo in certain games, and I found it so much better with the Quest 3. Anyways, guys, we got to talk a little bit more Quest, because one of the weirdest fucking things in the entire world happened this week. We're getting a MetaQuest 3S Xbox edition. So for $3.99, you're getting this Xbox themed MetaQuest. Comes with a Xbox, Series X controller. Also comes with an Elite strap. All of it is the carbon black with the Xbox green tinting. And the whole purpose is there's no VR games on Xbox. It's just because you can play Game Pass on your MetaQuest 3, which you could always do.
It's a cash grab in my opinion.
100%, yeah.
There's like, it's not something like you need, but it could be something people want if they want the appearance. You know what I mean? Just a cash grab. Carl, you know all about these cash grabs, right? All these companies always try to steal our money with pretty new things, man.
Yeah, I don't see interest. I just bought this table for $6, but it's not showing up. So I guess reboot it.
Detroit loves.
I got to play the login game first. I got to log out and log back in.
You got to go to your digital locker, man.
Okay.
You got to go to your digital
locker. It's been a long
locker.
time since I bought something over here.
So if anybody is accusing like Meta of sending the stuff out, they use big YouTubers. They're not looking at us douchebags in the home arcade community to send out MetaQuests to. Like, you got to be a huge channel.
I'm about to get one tomorrow. I'm going to go on.
Oh, well, good for you, Carl. But, all of us, like, you're talking about the Cool Toys. They'll reach out to Cool Toy. They're not going to reach out to Michael B. or P-Dubs. Anyways, this is a YouTuber who's already got his Xbox 3S, MetaQuest 3S. So he's unboxing it here for the first time. If you want to see what's included.
Was that controller not included?
No, it is. You get the controller and you get the Elite strap with it for $400.
Oh, they give you that controller too?
And the Elite strap, yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, that's a little bit better of a bargain then, because you're getting a controller, the Elite strap, the headset. Yeah. Plus, you're getting a free Game Pass subscription. It's still all a cash grab, though. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise anybody to go out and buy this unless you're huge. If you already have a MetaQuest 3 or a MetaQuest 3S, I wouldn't advise anybody to pick this up unless you're a huge Xbox fan. Now, if
you're a meat puppet.
Fucking meat puppet. Where is James? Anyways.
He's still looking for John's watch.
So anyways, if you don't have a Quest 3S and you want something cool and unique, maybe this is something that'll get you into it, because you don't get the pancake lenses like with the 3. You go back to the Fresnel lenses, I think they're called. But a lot of people are pretty happy with the Fresnel lenses. Some people prefer them. But
with my Quest 2.
What was that, Carl? I can barely hear you.
Oh, I said I have not had any problems like you guys had with your 2.
Oh, you never got... Well, you don't get the motion sickness like I do, man. I guess I'm just a big old baby. I just get the motion sickness.
Yeah, that was anger. Me explaining that we don't get one. Somehow you twisted that into, yes, I'm angry I don't get one. Oh, man.
Yeah. Look at what was written in the chat. He always is, JJ. If a company doesn't send him free stuff, he works to destroy them. I don't know who put that in the chat. Right here. Which is true. So if a company doesn't send him free stuff, he works to destroy them. Interesting. Good looking out. I wonder who could have wrote that. Good looking out, Super Game Room dudes. All right. Let's get this out of here. Next topic. Nobody gives a shit about this.
And I think that's it, guys. I think we're out.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that's it.
90 minutes, baby. 90 minutes. We are exhausted. Carl's tired. I'm tired. Mike's tired. Guys, I'd love to stay for 2 hours, but I just can't. I'll see you guys next time. Carl, whenever you're ready, send these people on the way. Big shout out to you guys. Give us a thumbs up on the way out.
Oh, really quickly, Carl,
Thanks for
before you go,
subscribing.
Meatball Saucy is telling everybody to buy the Xbox MetaQuest 3S. He says it's a great project. Everybody needs it. So go buy the MetaQuest 3S. Tell him Meatball Saucy sent you.
I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to send them, and they're going to send it to me for free. So
I didn't get my nap, so I need to go eat.
Yeah, I gotta go finish. Try to finish this Xenoblade Chronicles X. I finally got over the hump on the chapter I was stuck on.
Yeah. I'm gonna go play walkabout golf with my friends, Mike.
all right,
They're not
guys.
your friends. They're using you for clout.
Get P-Dubs out there to get something to eat. Otherwise, he's going to get crankier. All right, guys. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for watching. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
Bye.
Boom, 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 boom.